Welcome to Friday Morning Favorites. This morning we're taking a look at a grape, but it's not just any grape, it's RazzMatazz Grape. Now what RazzMatazz does is combines the texture of a typical table grape, so think thin skin, seedlessness, that kind of crisp crunch that like a red table grape from the grocery store would have, with the incredible flavor and hardiness of a native muscadine. So if you, like me, are from the north and have not had the chance to try muscadines, you're really missing out. It's such an incredibly intense little burst of flavor. They're sweet, they're floral, they kind of have that foxy, for a lack of better term, but that interesting complexity that muscadines tend to have, and really this great popping crisp texture. Now RazzMatazz is best enjoyed when it reaches this really dark red color. It's tempting to start to pick them as soon as they begin to color up, but for best flavor, definitely wait until it gets to be this dark, rich maroon color. And the grapes themselves are quite a bit smaller than a typical grape, but I have found that the kids really tend to favor these grapes because they're like the perfect bite-sized snack. And they make a really nice addition to like an hors d'oeuvre tray or just even as an edible garnish to a plate. And it's fun to see how surprised folks are sometimes at how such a tiny little bite can still contain such a huge burst of flavor. Now, another incredible attribute to RazzMatazz is this continually fruiting habit. This is the world's first ever continually fruiting grape. And what that means is that this grape continues to set fruit all the way down the fruiting branches as long as the season continues. So this thing will continue to set and ripen fruit all the way up until our frost, which is about mid-October. If you live in further south zones, it will just keep going and going. Now, as I mentioned, these RazzMatazz grapes have that really healthy, hardy parentage of the native muscadines. So these tend to be really disease resistant and somewhat pest resistant. Now you can see I have a little bit of Japanese beetle damage on the leaves. Really, it was much less than the grapes that I typically grow here. They also don't succumb to many of the mildews and other fungal diseases that grapes are often prone to. Now you can see RazzMatazz behind me here. I've got it growing in hanging baskets because RazzMatazz is actually hardy in zones 7 through 9. I'm in 6A, but I've had really great success growing these in hanging baskets. They do really well in a big container on the patio as well. But if you're growing in zones north of 7, you'll want to make sure to grow it in a container so that you can bring it in for some winter protection through the cold months. So let me know if you have grown RazzMatazz. I'd love to hear other folks' experience. And be sure to stop back for another Friday Morning Favorites. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.